Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark, and in today's video we are driving the all new Nissan Gravite. Now this is a 7-seater MPV, and obviously this car looks a little familiar because it shares the same platform as the Renault Triber. Actually it shares quite a few bits from the Triber. So in this video I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this all new MPV. And if we talk about the pricing of this thing starts at just 5.65 lakh and goes all the way up to the 8.95 lakh rupee mark. That is the ex-showroom price. Well, there is also a CNG variant that the price of which is not yet out, and we are expecting the price to be somewhere between 9.2 to 9.3 lakh, where you'll get a twin cylinder at the back and the spare wheel will obviously where it is underneath, so you will have a little bit of less space at the back. But yeah, we are expecting it to be around 9.2 to 9.3 lakh ex showroom. And let's quickly begin this video and I'll tell you everything you need to know about this all new MPV. So that is the all new Gravite, and that is how the key looks like. Very familiar looking key, right? Let us quickly open this, and now that is the 1 liter 3-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol engine. I'll be talking about this while I'm driving the car. You have the Gravite badge right over there. Then you have the honeycomb grille that's finished in piano black, and you can see you get this C kind of element that has this orange insert. And this particular variant that we are looking at is the limited launch edition, which is there for limited numbers. So you get an LED headlight right over here, LED fog lights, and you have some hood elements going on. Now you can see this gets an antenna right over here. That is the roof rail. Apart from that, this is how the car looks like from the side, and you get these flex wheels. Now these are 15-inch wheels that look like alloy, but actually this is a cover on top. As you can see over here, this thing opens up and there's an alloy wheel. It's very neatly integrated, and as I mentioned that this is the limited edition launch, so you get this stickering over here with the Gravite stickering right over there, and the car looks absolutely familiar from the side as well, right? Down below, what other car looks like this? Well, I'm sure everyone knows the answer. You have chrome elements over here. Then at the back, as you can see over here, you have the LED wrapped around tail lights. Again, the C elements with the orange insert, Gravite badging right over here, Nissan badging, wiper with a washer. That's a dash cam. You get it at the front as well. That's installed from the company. Let's quickly open this boot up, and that is where the camera is. Now obviously you get it as a 7-seater, and if you see over here, then that's 2, that's 3 people, and you have AC vents, and that is obviously 2 adjustable headrests. Now these seats can come out as well. You can fold them and take them out. That is how you do it. So you fold them like this, and then there is a strap right over here. You pull this strap and this seat will just come out. So you can make it into a 5-seater, into a 7-seater, into a 6-seater. Lot of seat configurations. That seat also moves up and down. And with the third row up, you have little limited space over here, as you can see. But with the third row down completely flat, if you fold the third row completely like this, now you have around 625 liters of boot space, which is very much adequate, and that is how you fold it back. Just remember to put the seat belt like this, because then otherwise it will get attached over here. Okay, now let's check out the second row, and obviously you get these rain visors that are a part of the accessory. Different kind of a seat upholstery over here, but the seating configuration is almost the same. You have AC vents on the B pillar. Well, everything looks the same, right? But there's one difference in the limited launch edition. You get JBL speakers. Okay, let me do the inauguration. Here you go. You get JBL speakers that actually sound pretty decent. Bottle holders over here. No center armrest. This seat can be moved front or back. Oh, it's a little tight right now. And this can also be folded down. Well, you can enter the car from this side or either that side, depending on which side you want to enter from. And this is your lever. So press the lever and adjust it. Adjustable headrest, only 2. And now let us go to the front section. That's your ORVM controls. Again, a JBL badging over here. Seat upholstery is also very nice. Let me quickly sit inside and show you what this car has to offer. So first of all, you can see you get LED lights over here and there. The passenger side gets a mirror. Driver side does not get a mirror. That's your speaker. And the driver side seat gets an armrest. The passenger should have also got it, but anyway, the driver should be a little more comfortable, so that's why they have given it to the driver. Apart from that, you have this 8-inch touchscreen that has an auto and Apple CarPlay that is wireless. Plus you have a 7-inch screen right over there. Steering mounted controls, not a flat bottom steering wheel as you can see over here, but you have steering mounted controls. You have cruise control right over here that can be operated from here. If I press this button, you can see that the cruise sign is on. Then you have traction control, you have lock and unlock. That's for your rear defogger. That's your Parkotronic. Well, I'll just show it to you. That is the camera, and if I just hit reverse, well, you can see it has sensors all around. Whether you can see it or not, there's the car over here and there are sensors all around, so it'll basically detect it. You don't have guidelines. And apart from that, you have these manual buttons for the AC. Now the third row AC can be controlled from here, and a manual 5-speed gearbox. That is wireless charger. Then you also have some storage space right over there. Start stop button over here. A Type A charging socket over here. A cooled glove box that actually cools a lot because there's air coming in from this side. You can shut that as well. Storage space over here, storage space over here, storage space on the doors. No problem whatsoever for storage. And you get a manual dimming IRVM, and this is the dash cam that's obviously company fitted. And this has a memory card, so I mean, yeah, it's definitely working. Other than that, soft touch material is missing. Nowhere to be found soft touch material. You have this kind of an element that looks like wood. Again, it's a good touch. The interiors look kind of refreshed, but they are almost the same. We have seen this on the Triber as well. But with the upholstery and with the elements over here and on the outside, especially the paint scheme also, this thing actually looks good. Now this thing is available in 5 color options and 5 variants. This one, as I mentioned, is a limited edition variant that was launched recently. So this is what you get on the inside, and now let's quickly drive this car and tell you how is the Nissan Gravite to drive, especially with this 5-speed manual gearbox. Okay, so now we are at the driving seat of the all-new Nissan Gravite, and let me tell you the engine specifications. It's a 1-liter 3-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol engine. This thing produces around 72 bhp of power and around 93 Nm of peak torque. And the CNG variant, obviously, when it will be out, it will produce a little less power than this. But overall, I mean, I find little more power could have been added, especially if they could have added the turbo petrol engine. Then it would have been absolutely like fantastic as far as the power delivery goes. But this engine is also not bad. It does its duty well. If we talk about safety, obviously 6 airbags is what you get with this car as standard across variants. And yes, if we talk about power, let me just quickly do a pull. Second gear, it revs all the way up to the 6,500 RPM mark, and you can hear that there is a lot of engine noise that is creeping in. So the NVH levels could have been slightly more better. And now we have just crossed 100. Braking is not that bad. Car is light. That's why it kind of, I mean, the braking is nice. It's not something that you need to be worried about. Okay, so as far as the drivability is concerned, it is fine. The suspension is kind of on the softer side. Gives you a plush ride, not a complete plush ride, but yeah, definitely. The suspension could have been slightly better because when you hit a pothole, you had that thud sound. So that could have been improved. I think overall, it does justify what it has. It's a spacious 7-seater, 5-seater, 6-seater, 7-seater, however you want to configure it. Safety wise, it has 6 airbags as standard, ABS traction control, EBD, everything is there. Plus, what I feel is that this should have had a little more better sound insulation, or like the NVH levels could have been slightly better. Overall, it's a good package, I would say, for the price that it is being offered at. Because at this price range, offering a 7-seater with actually some features is not a small deal. So I think that the price of it justifies of what it offers, and I think the engine could have been slightly better because it lacks a little bit of power, but it does its duty well. And I think it's a comfortable car as well because the seating is nice, the seats have a lot of cushioning. Overall, the fit and finish quality could have been slightly better at some places, but I mean, it is fine. As I mentioned, at the price that this is being offered at, it is completely justified what you are getting. So I think it's a good car. Obviously, you have seen this car before as well. As I mentioned, you have the Renault Triber, which is essentially the same car. But obviously Nissan has added a few touches of their own, and they have actually come up with something that looks kind of attractive. So yeah, I think it's a good car as far as the price is concerned. It offers good features, good space, good storage, can haul 7 people at once without any problem. If you have a 5 people family or a 6-seater, you can remove 1 seat. So everything is there. Overall, it's a good car. I would say it is kind of a, if someone is actually looking for a 7-seater MPV, kind of a budget MPV, then they can look at the Nissan Gravite as well. I hope you like this video. If you liked it, do give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Praveen signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.